Let's get started. Demo first of .NET MAUI with Firebase Authentication and Authorization. And here my application is running, and this is a mobile running on the mobile, and it is a desktop. So it is a .NET MAUI application. So if you want to register, so you can just click on that sign up button. So you will get that register form where you can use a registered user. And same things we can do in a window application as well. Once I click the sign up, so you can see over here as a register form which we can add user email, username and password. So let me quickly add in here first up window. So let me add for like demo at the rate gmail.com. This is that email address, and then username would be, for example, demo, and the password is like KKP at the rate 123, whatever the password. Just sign up. So once you sign up, so it should be created now. See, it is successfully created. That's why it's redirect to in our here that login page. So in here, whatever the user we have to create it, that is stored in Firebase authentication user information. So let me sign in. So what would be my user? Demo at the rate gmail.com, and password, whatever password I just created on the registered. So sign in. And once you sign in, now you are getting the data from that Firebase real-time database also. See, and everything is working fine. If I just clicked, so you can see the details. If you want to add, if you want to delete, everything you can just do over here, right? Similar, you can just logged in from here as well in the mobile. So let me try to logged in demo at the rate gmail.com, and same okay, so this is that register user. So I'm doing to sign in. So go to that sign in page. So here I can just demo at the rate gmail.com, and password would be whatever my password. Let me add my default password and just sign in. So once you sign in, you should be redirect to that dashboard page, and dashboard page we have everything. For example, delete, edit, view. Once you click that view, go back, and again the list page. So everything is working fine. So that actually we have to achieve that sign out. And also see over here, also see one more thing actually I would like to show. So there is an option once you logged in, so you can able to see that whatever user you logged in. So it is a demo, and demo at the gmail.com, which will shown up over here. Same thing also you can see that mobile side, and this is the dashboard. And if you want to use a sign out, so once you click that sign out, if so it will prompt, okay, if I want to sign out, yes or no. So once I know, it will not happen anything. So once you yes, so it will go to sign up, and it's go redirect to our sign in page again. So that's how actually we will implement let authentication authorization using that Firebase authorization. So let's start to implementation. So before implementation, I'm especially recommend if you first time visit my channel, which is .NET real world example. So here I already complete that complete hotel management system with using Firebase DB. So that actually you have to go to first this guy, like how we are using Firebase DB to implement in our .NET MAUI application and implement complete things, right? So this is a complete complete series session. But yeah, if you want to go to one by one, so you can go to over here, like said, this is the delete session, and this is that other session as well, single session. So you can check out and all. So let's get start. So I will take same example which I have taken last time. I shared in my uh my GitHub link, so you can take it. So I will take same example. So let me open this one. So once you open, so this is my actually running up open applications, right? See, so which have nothing. I have only all that views like add and hotel details, and and also the all the views and all. So let's see how is actually existing project is working. Then we have to start our authentication with the login, logout, and registered. So let me run in window desktop. Now my application got running on the desktop application, and over here see we have this list which is binding from that Firebase DB, which is redirecting that details or if you want to a new at a hotel, so you can add a new hotel over here. You can update and save as well, cancel, you go back to that list page again. So everything is look like right, but this application does not have authentication, right? So that we will implement over here. So let me close that and just start to implement it. So one thing actually we have to required for that authentication, Firebase authentication. So go to that Firebase console, and here you can just create a new project, or if do you have an existing one, so you can use it. But yeah, I'm not going to again create it because I already created that one. So you can go to my previous session, means that a complete MAUI application in .NET MAUI application. So I just created over there. So whatever application I just created, like for example, see, this is my project has been created, right? So you have to enable authentic authorization section. So where you have to go, you have to go that build section, go to that this tab. So this is that the tab actually authentication. So click that authentication, and here if you first time, so definitely you have to get start for this get started. So click that get started, and here see, once you get started it will rending to sign in method. So which sign in method you want to try out, right? So which actually provider you want to. So here I want to provide like using that email and password, right? There's a many other option as well. See, there's a I have phone by anonymous type, but I will use that email provider. So using this email provider, click on the email provider. Here you have to just enable this email password. So let me enable these things and save it. That configuration you have to do that. So once it's done, now see, it will show that email provider is enabled. So these things you have to do that. So once you're done, now go to that settings. Here one more thing actually we have to record. So go to this settings section and go down to authorization domain, and here this things actually be required, like for example this domain, authorization domain, that we have to configure in our over here. So let me start configuration over here. So open over here. So what I need to do first let me add one package. So what packages we required? So go to that NuGet package and go to that browse section, and here I have to required one Firebase authentication client package. That package actually we have to record over here. So let me try to get that package. So package name would be over here Firebase authentication, this guy. So Firebase authentication, and this is that package name, Firebase authentication, right? .NET, using this guy, and just install that, apply, and done. So once it's done, it is saying okay, it is running actually that another process. So what I need to do, whatever running application, just let me close that. So that is actually creating a problem. So let me close everything. Now we are good to go to start. Now once you're done, now go to that program.mayu.program.cs file here. So we have to configure that that configuration, right? So builder dot services dot add singleton, and inside this add singleton, what I can do, I have to require that client, that is name is Firebase auth client. So using that Firebase auth client, we actually see we require that Firebase auth configuration. So let me create that Firebase auth configuration, and let me close that. And once you close, we have specify some property or some configuration inside that. So what would be my first property over here? This app key. So where you can get it, now go back to again that console Firebase app over here, and here you have to go to, this is that our project, right? So in this project base you have to get that so you go to that project setting, and you can get this API key. So copy this guy and paste it over here, right? So this is one thing. And then another setting we required over here, auth domain, right? So this auth domain also I can get it from here. Go to that authentication and go to settings and go to that authorized domain, and you can use whatever, but yeah, I will use this guy, and you can just use this guy also, there's no issue. So let me add this guy, and then finally what is that provider, right? So my provider would be over here as a collection of that array collection, new, email provider, right? So there is a many provider over, see, body email and others as well, but yeah, I will use that email provider. So yeah, this email provider, and finally close that. Now see, this is actually we required configuration, right? So once you're done, now we are good to go to use this Firebase auth client in our any view model or any actually that backend file. So once your configuration done, now we are good to go to use this client in our application, right? So now what I need to do, I have to just create that, sign in page, sign out page, and sign in and sign up, and that log out as well, right? So those are things we have to do that. So what I will do, as of now, I'll be using that community toolkit for view model. So what I can do first I have to just create a view model. So let me create a new view model of that sign up first, right? So what would be the name of that sign up? Let me add as a sign up view model. So add as a name over here, sign up view model, edit, right? And let me make it public, and partial also, because this is a view model. And here I'll just using that base view model, right, as we have done so far, and create a constructor. And in this constructor, what I can do, I have to just inject that Firebase client and create a variable and assign in this constructor. So let me quickly assign over here. Now this is client we have injected, and we have to also registered. So we are good to go to use this guy in our here, right? So what I will do, I'll just create a sign up method over here. So for example, I have to set as the attribute over here, and then using that input, and then we have to create a method. So like for example, I have to just create this method like sign up, right? And once what we are trying to do, sign up means we have to register whatever user we have getting, so that we have to add in this calling this auth client, and add that information so that they can register new user, right? So what I will do for that, actually we required one model. So let me create a one model, that sign up model over here first. So go to that model section. Here we have that hotel model. So let me create that model, sign up model as well. So this is that sign up model. Create make it public, and this public, whatever property you want, you can just create it over here. So as of now, we record this three property like email, username, and password, right? Let me create that and go back to here, and let me define that property over here, so that I can use it. I can bind that property in our XAML, and I can use it, right? So for that, how we can do that, it is very simple. You can just use that observable attribute, right? And observable attribute, and you can just assign your sign up model, and bring back the namespace, and just assign over here, initiate over there. So that is done. And now we are good to go to get it the data from that sign up model and all the property, and we can use it. So right, so what I can do, simply I can use await auth client, Firebase auth client, right? And in this Firebase auth client, we have that many method, right? For example, see, create password, sign in with credentials, even we have a reset password or sign out, and also see reset email password and all many method over here. So what I will do, I'll just create this guy, which is just provide, okay, create with the user with the email name and password, right? And what is that expectation over here? See, expectation is email and password. So where I can get that email and password? So let me uh, go to that new line, and here we have that model, and in this model dot that email. So what first parameter would be as a email. Now second parameter is dot password, right? And now third parameter also see as a display name, right? So that also we can just add as a for example, email, password, and username, right? So yeah, these three things we have to record. And once I done, now it is returning, see what is it is returning, it is returning user credentials, right? So let me store as a variable as a result, and now we are getting the data, whatever actually output is this call, so that we can get it. And then what, once I get it, what I can do based on this, we have to just define over here. Okay, so if it is not null of that, see, this is a result. In this result actually we have that user information, user class, and user as a information, and information has, all that information, like for example, see, email, display name, first name, last name, many things. So whatever things you record, you can just use it. But yeah, I'll just checking over here, if it is that, so that actually, if it is not null, so that we have to go to this sign in page, because this is a register, right? Sign up. So once you sign up done, so it is redirect to sign up page. So that as of now we don't have that, I will just create it. But yeah, just adding over here, that is fine. And then also we can wrap it over here as a try catch. So let me wrap it over here as a try catch and go to that inside that. Okay, so wrap it over here or any exception, so then you can just whatever you want, just logged in and something else, right? So that you can just logged over here, or just put some error message or something, you can just over there, right? So that is done, right? So once it's done, and one more thing actually we have to do over here, we have to just create another one. So that is another command that is called, okay, so this is not the right place. I think this is that closing of that method. So create this one, and yeah, just collapse this guy, yeah. And after that, we have to create a one navigation property, right? So that actually redirect to another page. For example, see, if user as a sign up page, so if user want to go to that sign in page, so directly you can just click that button. As you see the demo, you can go to over here, right? So this two page actually be required. So let me quickly create this two page, right? So let me create first a sign in page over here. So ideally you can just create another folder inside that view and you can create. But yeah, as of now I just use that simple way, right? I will not going to very complex. So let me use that content page, and edit the name of the sign up page, right? And similar, I will just create as it is a sign in page, and also we have to you create the sign up page, right? So let me create sign up page also. Go to here, right click on that, create a new item, create, select this content page, and here just make it the name as a sign up page, sign up page, right? So this page also done. But yeah, as of now we don't we have to create that style, right? So that we will do. But yeah, first let me bring back that namespace over here, so that we can fix our error, right? Runtime error. So that is done. Also this is also done. Okay, so yeah, so that sign in page, sign up page is created, and also b model is got created, that I can use it in our sign up page. So go to that now sign up page over here, sign up, right? So this is that sign up page. Here what I can do, so before that actually we have to bind that whatever view model, we have to bind it, right? So that we have to bind it over here. So for that actually we have to just go back over that view model. Let me copy that view model. So what is my view model? So this is that my view model, that we have to bind it over here. So copy this view model and go to the code behind file of that sign up page, and here just inject it of that sign up model, and bring back that namespace and create a variable, and just inject it inside this here, right? And then we have to bind context. So binding context over here, winding context, right? And then winding context, you have to assign your view model to our this page binding context, so that I can use it, right? So once you have done these things, now we are good to go to uh design. Actually here we can start our designing as well. So let me start to design over here, right? So we have already handy the design. So what I can do, first of all, actually I just inject, or I just add that reference of that view model, right? So what is my view model? Just adding over here as a view model. And then where is my view model? Let me add that view model. Okay, so this is my view model folder. So I can just refer that inter reference over here as a namespace, and then I can just use as a data type over here. So VM, and that which view model actually we have to refer. So I want to refer over here that what is that name? So go back again and copy this guy, go back and just assign to over here, so that this particular view model I can use it in our design, right? So this is done. So once you're done, now we can just close that, right? Means remove that. And one more thing, actually we have to do that over here. Like this page, actually we don't require few things. So that configuration we have to set it. For example, shall uh shall we don't record as a shelf layout, right? So see, this is the shelf layout we want to disable, and also shell nav bars also we have to disable. These two things actually we don't record, so that we can as a disable. So once is done, now I can just write our design. So it is just simple design which we have, like for example this guy, right? So I just edit the design over here. I'll show you what actually we're trying to do over here. So see, this is simple vertical layout, right? A stack layout. And here this horizontal and center we have to edit, and then stack layout. And in this stack layout, we have two things. First is that we have to show that image, right? As an icon as an image. And second thing is whatever that our model, that email actually property is binding, right? So like that, actually we have to just bind over here. And one thing actually we have to use, that is style, right? So handler that borderless entry, right? So that actually we have to just create it over here. So let me just create a handlers folder over here, so that I can create a controller, so that controller I can use it over here. So right click on that project, add folder, and then edit handlers. And inside this handler we have to just create entry, right? So like that, for example, add new class, and just create a class name as a border less entry, right? Just add it over here. And inside over here, what I can do, make it that public, and just adding over here as an entry. That's it, right? So once you're done, now what I can do, simply we have to just inherit or just we can use on that page. Like see, we have to use that handlers over here. We have to add that namespace as well, right? Let me quickly add that namespace. For example, again we can just create like that, right? Add that namespace, and but this time I will refer for handlers, right? So let me quickly removes and just search for handlers, right? So this is that handlers, adding that namespace over here, and that's it. Once you're done, handlers over there, and we are good to go to add the borderless entry. And here for that, it is for the design perspective, right? So this is fine. And then see, this is that button, we are actually that sign up button, which we have that binding the sign up command, which we have to create it, right? And also we have to another command we have to create it, navigation sign up command, right? So once you're done, now we are good to go to see this sign up page, right? So yeah, we'll run actually together, like sign in and sign up page once completed, so that actually we can save our time. So now sign up is done. Now we have to do for sign up, right? So similar, actually already we have just created sign up page, but view model is not created, right? So what I can do, we have to just create that sign in, sorry, sign in, actually sign up we have done. So sign up is done, sign in actually pending. So let me just create a sign in view model over here, add class, create a view model, sign in view model. And in the sign in view model, again similar things we have to do that. Like first like base view model, make it public, and similar things we have to do that, right? And also we can inject that Firebase auth client, make it variable and inject it over here and as a private variable. That's it, right? So once you're done, now we are good to go to over here. So again, we have to do we have to record that another model, binding model, that sign in view model, right? So let me quickly create, or I think we can use the same one, right? So whatever actually preference you can use it, but yeah, I can create a new one as well. So let me quickly create a class and make it that name as a sign in model, right? And whatever property actually we required, we can add it over here. So I'll make it a public, and once we public, we required actually this time sign in, we required two field, right? Email and password, so that we can use it, right? So yeah, that is fine. But yeah, for more clean code, you can use it like, okay, we can create a single model and a common model which have this common property, this sign in and sign up. We can make it a common model, and then we can use it, inherit for every model, right? That actually clean it approach, so that you can use it. But yeah, as of now we are good. Now go back here and just set is a observable property as a sign in model over here, and this is done. And then once it's done, now we have to just create that sign in command, right? So let me first set the attribute over here as a relay command and bring back that namespace over here. And once you've done, let me create a method. This is a sign in, right? And in this sign in, again similar things we have to do that, like whatever await, let me await and use Firebase auth client dot. Now this time sign in. Previously we have to use create it, but this time sign in. But sign in with using, see, this is a credential. Using that credential we can use it, and also we can use it sign in with the email and password. So I will use that email and password. So where I can get that email and password, simply I can get from this sign in model, which will bind and dot that email and dot password, right? So this is simple. And also just bring back so that you can see clearly. And also again, it is the return type of credential, so use result. And then further, whatever logic we have to do, like as previously we have done, right? So similar, we have to just checking over here if result is empty, not empty, right? So it is not empty, that means it is perfectly sign in with this information. And then we have to go to our main page, because once you sign in, so that whatever page you want to go, so that actually now we have everything in our main page, means our binding, our hotel list binding in our main page. So if do you have another page, like for example dashboard and anything else, you can just create it and you can refer it. But yeah, this is that, for example, right? That is done. So this is done. So once it's done, now also we can wrap it everything from using try catch, right? So let me try catch over here and cut from here and edit from there, right? So this is done. And also we can just whatever exception you can just, if you want to, you can show it over here. So actually one thing I can edit over. Okay, so see, it is missing something. So let me partially make it partial so that we can resolve that error. Okay, so see, here again you can show that pop-up message if it is wrong entry, like password or email address is wrong, so it will throw the exception. Then I can show that pop-up message or any error message if you want, so you can show it over here, right? So that is fine. But yeah, I'll show you how we can error message showing over here, so that you can aware of that. Okay, so let me create another message, like for example it is an error message, and this error message I can bind it over here. For example, whatever exception message, I can bind it over here. You can edit, or I can just common common message I can bind it over here. For example, this is not your authentication fail, please try again on something else, right? That we can edit over here. So this is done. Now our sign in model, sign in view model also done. So let me edit this sign in model in our that page, right? So go to that code behind file, and here again let me inject it that guy and bring back that namespace of that view model and injected as a constructor and make it to binding. So use that binding context so that I can use it. So binding context, that is done, right? So this is done. Now we are good to go to use this view model in our this page. So go to that XAML page. Now again similar things we have to do that what we have done, right, for sign in. So go to that sign in here. We have to use these two things because these two things actually we required for, because we have to refer this sign in model, right? So that is done. Also handler is done. And yeah, that last things actually also we require this guy, but this time we have to change the view model. So go back and here just add it over here and now change to sign in view model, right? So let's see, that is done, right? And also similar things we required like this two configuration. We don't want to show that shell navigation over here, so that also we can edit over here. That is done, right? And remove this style and we will create our own design over there, right? So let me quickly add that design for that sign in page, right? So let me copy that design which I have already handy. I don't want to waste the time over here to creating the design. So let me add that design, and again it is just similar of that, right? Vertical layout, then again that image, whatever image you want you can just edit. Then here just set okay, just welcome, and that welcome, and also log into that your page, right? Whatever message you want you can just use, log into your account. And then whatever username, this is that username along with the icon, and this is that password along with the icon, input field. And this is that sign in model or sign in command which we have just created, right? And then finally go back to our that guy, right? So that is done, right? So once it's done, now we are good to go to show that page, right? This two page. But one more thing actually we have to do that. Suppose see, this two sign in sign up model is here, but if it is not authenticated, right, so that should be redirect to that sign in page automatically, right? So for that actually we have to record another page, that is a page loading page, so that that page loading always will start first and just checking okay, if it is sign in, your application is sign in, so go to that dashboard page directly. If it is not, then go to redirect to our sign in page, right? So that actually we have to required, right? So let me create that page also. So yeah, before creating that page I'll show you how it actually look like that those page, right? So what I can do, so let me open that application. So before I start, so what I can do, go to that app shell. So here actually see the first step, loading this main page, right? So instead of main page, what I can do, I'll setting that configuration actually later, but yeah, first I'll just run this application and see in action. So what I can do, simply just copy this guy, right? And we have pointed out that local, but other my all that pages inside that view, right? So let me just create another another settings over here, gemalance, and it is called as a views, right? And in this views let me call that views. So where is my views? It is inside that namespace. So go down. So yeah, this is that guy. So this is views. So just refer this guy. So once you refer, so let me change this guy and call it to that sign in page. This is my sign in page. Also, what is the route? This is the route, and also the title name is sign in, right? Just sign in. So that is done. So now we are good to go to run this application and see in action. So let me build it. Now see, there's a many error, right? So why? It's because see, I just using, actually I missed that this part actually. See, navigation sign up model command, which I just referred in the sign in page, but I have not created that. I forget actually. So now go back to sign in view model. As like sign up, we have to just create a navigation things, right? So that similar we have to just create over here and referred to that guy, right? So for example, see, navigation sign up, and just bring back that sign up page, right? So that once I click this guy, so it is landing to this page. So save it and now build it. Now there's some issue on this sign in page, right? So that views does not contain that sign in page. So yeah, because see, I just mistakenly actually I using that name. So see, go back to our sign in page, right? And just copy, go code behind. See, this is a sign in page, right? The name, actually I wrongly adding the name, so this is a wrong actually spelling mistake. So just save it and now build it. And also actually there's some error actually. It will build succeed, but yeah, for runtime actually there's some error that I want to show you actually. Okay, now see, build succeed, but once I run, let me run in for first in window. Okay, now see, I'm getting that error, right? Just because I have just created all that beam model and pages and all, but I have not registered. So we have to register first. So let me quickly register for that. So go to that maui.program.cs page. Over here I have to register all that newly created view model. So for example, uh first I just created sign in view model, right? Similar for builder dot services dot add singleton and using sign up view model, right? So this two model we have to create it, and also we have to just create it two pages as well, that sign in and sign out, right? So let me sign in registered, and similar we have to register for sign up services dot add singleton, and then sign sign up sign up page, right? So yeah, that is done. And one more thing actually, we have to, because we are using that routing, right, one page to another page. So for that you have to go to that app shell, that over here we have to register, actually we have to register route as well. So whatever that new page we have to just create it, we have to register. So let me copy this guy and paste it over here and sign in. It is sign in page, or sign up page. So let me add first this guy, and then another one we have to require this guy, sign up page. So sign up page, right? So those configuration also we have to set up. So once it is set up, now we are good to go to start. Okay, now let me run this application. Now my application got running, and you are able to see that login page is perfectly working fine in the window application, and also this two button, like sign in button, sign up button, right? And once I sign up, so it will go to redirect to our register page, and it is over here. And again, if you want to sign in page, so one and clicks over here, it will go to there. And see, be missing actually that icon is not visible, because icon I specify, but I have not stored over here. Okay, so what I can do, I simply just add that icons over here inside that resource. And let me stop that and go to over here, resource page, images, and here we have to add those icons. So let me quickly import that images, right? So what is my images over here? So let me add so let me paste it over here. Right click on that image and paste it. Now see, these are the image over there. So now let me run it. Now it is running, and also see it is looks like perfect with this icon. And if you go sign in, and also you are getting that image along with it. So this is a very nice look and feel, right? So let me try to register first, that user is registered or not, right? So let me add, for example, demo 123 at the rate gmail.com, and username, for example, demo, and password would be kkp at the rate 123, right? And sign up. So once you sign up, see it is automatically redirect, and that also we can make sure data got created or not. Go to that console app, go to that authentication, and see the data got created with that user, right? So if you logged in with that user, so definitely you can logged in over here, and it will redirect to that main page, right? So let me try that. But yeah, as of now, what I can do, yeah, so let me try to that so demo 123 at the rate gmail.com, and password is whatever my password, and sign in. So once you sign in, now see it is go to that main page and showing the data. But over here, see one thing actually is missing, right? That fly out things actually missing, so that we have to enable, so that that fly out option we can show that log out option as well, right? So that means it is working fine, but yeah, we have to do something. We have to add that fly out. One thing actually we have to add that fly out in this main page, and another things also we have to do that if it is no application is minimized and again open, so whatever logged in user, if it is logged in, so it should be not redirect to that sign in page, it should be redirect to the dashboard page. And if it is not logged in, so it will redirect to over here. So that's why we have to create that common loading page, right? So let me close that and go to here, and let me create a common page that will handle so those condition. Okay, so first of all, let me go to that main.view page over here. See here that fly out option is disabled, so that let me enable first that. So either you can add it over that main page, right, the dashboard page, so that only you can able to see over here, or you can just add in the app shell page, so that all other pages also you can able to see, right? So it is best way you can use this over here. Now see, I just add it over here as a disable, right? So instead of disable, you can just use that fly out, right? And also that color, background color, whatever color you want, you can just use it as that over here. So I will use that dark blue color, right? And now this time run it to our Android applications and choose Android device over here, and let me run it. Okay, now see it is running perfectly, and login page nothing we have. But yeah, what I will do, yeah, also we can check it over here, that navigation also working. Like if I want to sign up, so click that sign up. Now go to that sign up. If you want to sign in, so it is go back to the sign in page, right? So now see the sign in page over here, and let me try to run over here. Means let me try to logged in. So what is that? Logged in user is demo 123 at the rate gmail.com, and go to that password, whatever my default password, just add it over here and simply sign in. So once you sign in, it is go to over here. Now see, this time you are able to see that sign in page and home page, right? So that sign in, actually see, this is wrong actually. That's why we have to create a common things which we have to don't actually once sign in, it should not be sign in page, right? That should be a log out page. So that we have to do that over here in this fly out icon, right? So that we will handle. So now what I can do, simply close this, and now we can start that display that sign out, and as well as that whatever display that sign in user, right? So now go back to here and let me create a new view model of that, that is called loading page view model, right? So let me add that new view model inside this here, add that new view model and edit over here, make it that similar things what we have done in previously, public partial, right? This is a common things. Also the base, so base view model, right? And once you're done, now we can just simply inject it, right? Again we can inject it, and that Firebase client, because we record that Firebase client over here again. So see, I just create a constructor and just using, and this method we don't have, but yeah, we have to just create that method. But yeah, as of now, what I can do, I simply just, I'm not writing that code, but yeah, I'll just explain what actually we're trying to do over here. So let me copy that method over here and edit over here. Now see what I'm trying to do. See, I'm just checking that user details, right? So in the user detail where I can get, see, this is a singleton class, right, which we have to adding our authentication and store that information. So till your application is running, so you can get these informations from that user information, right? So that information I'm checking. If it is null, so that means if it is null, so what I will do, I just try to check over here, it is a bin form, right? If it is a bin form, so it will go to that sign in page, right? So let me bring back that namespace, and this is actually I'm trying to use because sometimes I found that window application, it is not proper dispatch, right? Means is it is not a dispose, so that's why I'm using this app shell current dispatch, right? And then if it is, suppose, see, this is a bin form, so like using calling that sign in page, or if it is not a bin form, so then again uh, it is go to that sign in page, right? Because this is a condition, both are condition, because for windows we record this condition, but calling means ideally calling this go to that main page only, sign in page only, right? But it is just behavior different that platform, so that's why I'm using. Apart from this, see, this is else condition. Suppose it is a logged in user, which means we have information on this particular user information, so that means it is a logged in user, so it is just directly go to that main page, right? So like that actually you can just use this way or like this way, so both way you can use, but I'll just keep it that common way, right? So this is done. Now this is good, right? So this is actually we have to do in the landing page, and this landing page we have to, landing page view model, we have to create a landing page which is a common page, which we have to refer in the starting in the app shell, right? So let me quickly create that page that is called landing page. So let me add that landing page over here. Right click on the views, go to here, create a new item, and go to that MAUI, choose that this guy, and adding that and edit. So once you add it, again we have to do something as like we have done before. So we have to binding that view model is a binding context. So go to that landing page, and here again we have to just uh, inject that guy, that particular view model, and this is my view model. Bring back that namespace, and here inject it and assign over here in this constructor, and then binding context. So that is done. So once it's done, now we are good to go to call this view model in our this page, right? So go to that YAML, right? And in this YAML, what I can do, I have to just simply close this guy, right? And nothing we have to do, we have to just use one activator, indicate activator. So it is just actually nothing, just activator indicator, it is just loading kind of things. So it is trying to loading. Once it's not proper loading, so it will just show is the loading part. So that's we have to just do that over here. Nothing we have to do that, right? Simply just loading over appearing, right? So once it's done, now go to app shell. We have to do something on the app shell. So go to that app shell.xaml page, and here we have to just call that loading page. So how we can do that? It's simple. So go to here. Now we don't require this guy, right? Because that is handled already in our that view model. So let me remove that guy, and simply I just call the shell contain that same shell contain over here, right? And in the shell contains yeah, so views over there. Shell contains I just disable. See, this loading page we don't require any fly out and all, right? So that's why I just disable that fly out item false, and also fly out behavior is a disable, right? And content template is a data binding, and this is a loading page, right? For this loading page also we have to just add over here. Yeah, the view has already that guy, so yeah, that is fine. And routing also is a loading page. That's it, right? So this is things actually we have to do that. And one more thing actually we have to do that in this view model, right? So in this view model, where is my view model? Go to that loading view model, right? In this loading view model, I can have to actually log out things over there. Yeah, we can do loading page as well, but yeah, this is not a right way actually, because before after loading we have to sign out, right? So that we have to load properly. So in this case, what I can do in this app shell, inside this app shell, because in app shell we have as a fly out, right? So that fly out in app shell, so what I can do, I can just create another app shell view model so that I can handle. So let me create another view model. So yeah, it is a little complex, but yeah, this is the way actually. So if you try to do, so definitely you will get idea actually what actually we are trying to do. So let me create a app model, and similar again we have to do whatever we have done, right? So we have to just create a constructor, and then we have to inject that Firebase client, and also it is called as a base view model, make it public, and partial also. So once it's done, so now I can create one command for logout command. So let me quickly create that logout command without wasting a time. Now see, this is a relay command, right? In this relay command, what I am trying to do, simply first I'm just checking, okay, okay, let me bring back so that you can see the proper message. Okay, so it is just display alert, right? App shall current the display alert. If it is true, so then I am using this, injecting that Firebase client, it is sign out, and then once you sign out, it is go to that sign in page, right? This is a behavior actually, we can just sign out. So once it's done, now go back to app shell. Yeah, this is app shell over here, and it's already in this app shell. We have already we have to adding that namespace of that views, but we have don't have that view model, right? So we can just add a view model, for example, x dot data type, and here we can use bm, or we have that bms over here. No, actually that bm also is missing. We have that views. So we have views but not view model. Okay, so let me quickly add that view model as well. So like this way, bm, and then we can use view model. So this is that view model. This is that view model. So let me add this guy first, and then using this view model and refer that whatever our app shell model, right? So this is that app shell view model. That's it, right? So once you view model over there, so that whatever view model have that method and property, I can use it over here, right? So let me quickly create a footer in this app shell so that it will always show as a no, down, right? So this is the down, and it is showing the logout which we had already created in this that things, right? And save it. Now we are good to go to call and see. Still one thing actually pending, that once you logged in, the logged in user, whatever logged in user, that it should show in this app shell on the header, app fly out header. So that is still pending, but yeah, I'll show you how we can do that. But yeah, before that, let me run this application. But yeah, before running again, whatever new component or new file, pages and model view model we have to create it, that we have to register, right? So that you don't forget to that. Okay, so what newly we have to create it, we have just created, okay, landing page. So let me quickly add that landing page, builder dot services dot landing page, right? So this is page, only one page we have to newly edit, right? So that is one, but here we have added actually two new component, right? So one is that landing page view component, so this is one, and then another one also we have just created for app shell one, right? So let me quickly add that app shell view model. So let me add this guy, and yeah, that's all. And also little things actually be required later, but yeah, as of now we are good. Okay, so now build it, now run it. Now our application got deployed. Now run it, it is running perfectly fine. Now try to log in, demo123 at the rate gmail.com, and what is that password, and just logged in, sign in. So once you sign in, you will get the data, and also if you just fly out. So now see, this time I have only just home and along with that sign out button. So once I click the sign out, it should be sign out, allow it, and redirect to our that uh, sign in page. So once I sign out, it should be sign out, but yeah, see, it is not working. Something I'm missing, right? So let me go back over here and let me find out what we have missed. Okay, so go to that app shell code behind file and go here. Now see, actually we just created a new app shell model, right? And this app shell model has a command, this logout command, but that actually we have not binding, that binding context is missing. That's why that is not reaching over there, right? So that's why what I can do, so we have to call that app shell view model. So what is that call, app shell view model, that actually we have to binding over there. So go to that code behind file, just bind over here, means injected, and bring back that view model. And this is just concept actually view mbbm. So just create and assign over here and binding context, so that whatever this control means, whatever this page, so all that view model actually binding over here, right? So let me binding context, yeah, so this is guy binding context, and that assigned to over here. That's it, nothing you have to do that. So let me show you. Okay, so this is done, and if you refresh, I think it should work. Once I sign out, yeah, it should not work because I think it should be closed and then should run. Okay, let me close it and run it. Okay, so app view model app shell. Okay, so now see, this is that main problem. Okay, so now see, app shell, if you try to inject something in a app shell, so definitely you have to pass over here, right? So for this, we have to do something modification on here, right? So what I can do on that, you know, in this app shell, we can inject it, iService. Simply I can just iService method over here and service provider, and in this service provider we can just getting that app shell class directly using that iService service provider, and get required service. And in this required service, whatever our service I want, so I can just use it like this way, so that we can avoid this issue. There is another way also, but yeah, I think this is the simple and easiest way. And save it, and now we are good to go to run and see in action. Okay, now one more thing actually I'm missing. See, it is saying that app shell service is not register, means whatever app shell actually we trying to get it, that is not registered. So for that we have to register as well. So go back to here, that is actually good part, so that's why I'm not fixing, so that you can understand okay why I have to edit and what actually needed for that. So go to that MAUI program.cs. So what you need to do, simply you have to register app shell as well, means app shell page, which we have to just edit some reference on that, right? So that's why we have to register app shell. So just register on that. And one more thing actually we have to register, but yeah, let's see if there is no error, so we don't require that. Let me run in Android application. Now application got running perfectly. So let me add my user, which is 123 at the rate gmail.com, and password would be this guy, and sign in. Once sign in, let me open this flyout and click that sign out. You will get that pop-up message. So if you know, that means nothing will happen. But if I yes, so now see it is yes, and also redirect to, once I proper log out, so it is redirect to the login page. And again, you can just sign up as well. But one thing is missing, that display name, right? So once you logged in, so that display name is missing, so that is pending. So that let me add that quickly over here, that last thing expanding. So for that actually what I can do, there is a many way actually you can do that directly. You can just create a header section over here, like for example as like over here, just create a header section on the app shell. But for dynamically prospective, I will just create a control, so that that control I can use over there, right? So that you can aware also actually how we can create a control and I can use it, that control, right? So that's why I am using that control. So let me create a control folder over here. Let me create a name that is called as a controls, and in this controls we have a flyout. We have to just create a flyout page. So let me add some flyout page over here, new item. And this time actually control will create not content page, this time we'll use that content view. Okay, so make sure you have to just proper this guy, and make it that name, that flyout header control, and just edit that flyout header control. And in this flyout header control, nothing I will do fancy, only just what I will do, I'll just simply uh, just design, right? So whatever design as of now, just remove this guy, right? And here I can just make it standard, but yeah, I will use as a simple way over this, right? For example, this guy, like I just create a stack layout, right? And in stack layout I just using that horizontal, and then label, this is that label, that username, and label is that password, that user email address, right? And also that finally label user email from C. This is that label, and this is that username, and this is that email address. So those two things actually I'm showing over here. But yeah, you can just modify as per your convenience, like you can add that image and all as well, but yeah, that is fine. And also you can edit that view model as well. But yeah, this time I will not doing that. But what you can do now, next, go to the flyout.xml file over here. So see, now in this content page I'm actually using, so see, I'm using not content, I don't really require that content use content views, like, right? That's why we have to use that stack layout. And then in stack layout, what I can do, I can just change it to that content view to stack layout over here. So let make it to that just stack layout, right? And then in this stack layout, what I can do, I can just checking one thing over here, right? So let me inject this guy and just inherit and just inject it over here. So see, once you inject it and make it also, it is public, right? So yeah, this is public class and also stack layout. Okay, that is perfectly fine. And the last thing actually we have to do, yeah, so if we are checking, right? So first we are checking if it is, so whatever this Firebase client has a user information, so it is not equal to null, means we have a information. So in this information, what I will do, simply whatever that label text, we have to just using, and we have to assign that things over here, right? So these things actually we have to do that, and go back to over here. We have to use that stack layout. So something actually be missing. So let me padding over here, padding that stack layout label, and now we are good to go, right? Let me build it. Now build success, that means it is just burning, right? But it's showing as error, but yeah, there's a no error. Okay, so that is fine, save it. And finally what I can do, I have to assign this fly out, right? This fly out on that logged in. Once you complete logged in, so that I have to assign some information over there, so that I actually not information, just you have to call this flyout control, so that I can show it. Okay, so where I can actually, there's a many way actually you can do that, like for example on that main, if you go to that view model, so after going to that main page actually calling this home view model, right? So in this home view model, on appearing, you can appearing on that things, but yeah, the best part over here, we can just sign in, right? Once I sign in completely, then I can just assign to that, so that inside this, see, once I sign in, then I just call to this guy, right? So ideally you can go to that page and you can assign there, or inside here also it's fine. Like for example, we have to assign app shell dot current dot flyout header. Actually that is flyout header, we have to assign that control in this flyout header, flyout header, right? In this flyout header, let me assign that out fly out header controller, right? So let me bring back that namespace, so that, okay, so let me bring back that namespace. Yeah, so this is that class, page class, and then here they asking, okay, Firebase client auth, right? So we have already Firebase client auth over here, so I can just pass it over here, and that's it, right? So this is the way actually you can just edit flyout header. Whatever controller we have, I just get it and then assign it over here, so that our current flyout header, I can assign that value, right? So this is done. Now build it, and yeah, now see, yeah, now build succeed, now run it. Okay, now our application running, and let me logged in with the demo 123 at the rate gmail.com, kkp at the rate 123, and sign in. So once you sign in, once you click this guy, now see, whatever logged in user, I logged in. So that is appearing on the header section, and footer action sign out, right? Similar, we can check it, our Windows application, right, as well. So let me sign out, and yes, it's perfectly working fine. And just stop that, so that I can run both application together parallelly, without debugging. So run it in without debugging mode first in the mobile app, means Android app. Okay, it is running fine. And similar, I can change it to window and run it. Now minimize this application, minimize everything, and here I can show both application together. Now see, this is Android, and this is my here window, right? And both application working fine. Once I click sign up, it will go to sign up, it is going to sign up. Okay, and let me try to create a new user, for example, uh mobile, right? Mobile at the rate gmail.com, and that make it user is a mobile, right? And then password would be uh kkp 123 and save it, sign up. So once I sign up, it is redirect to over here and just sign in over here. So let me add mobile @gmail.com and kkp @123 and sign in. Once you sign in, it should be so mobile and mobile @gmail.com, right? Perfectly working fine. Similar, I can register from here as well, like for example desktop user. So it is a desktop user. Okay, let me add a email format, so email.com, and that username would be desktop and password would be kkp @123 and sign up. So once I sign up, it should be redirect to sign in page, and here I can k sorry desktop desktop and @gmail.com and kkp @123 and sign in. So now once I sign in, you're able to see this also appearing the desktop user and also sign out. So once I click that sign out, or just before sign out, let me here everything is also this. See now next session actually we'll do like if authentication user only can see the data. Okay, so this time actually everybody can logged in, or without logged in also I can able to see that is the data. But that actually we do like whatever authenticator user, so based on this actually we able to see the data. So that is the next upcoming session. But yeah, as of now we just checking. Okay, it is working fine. Go back, everything, add, update, delete, everything is working fine. Also if I click this guy, now see it is working fine. And once I just here sign out, it is redirect over here with this confirmation. Also once I sign out, it is redirect to over here. So that is perfectly fine that we have achieved everything, like the sign in, registered, and log out, and also logged in display user, right? So this is completely complete things we have to done in our Firebase authentication. And also you can see whatever that user we just created, that user also got updated over here. Means that user, see, desktop user, mobile user, and demo user, right? So this is actually we can manage everything like reset and all that programmatically also we can do that, right? So that's all for this session. Thank you, have a nice day, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.